and I'm going to tell you this because it's very sincere. Look, man, I was on the "This is America. There's no way I believe that America would elect a black woman to the presidency." I was very much of that mindset until Saturday. But I'm going to tell you this. I had a long conversation with a pollster who said, "Hey, look, this is the path, this is the situation. Here's what we're looking at. Think of the late 70s, early 80s, Jimmy Carter talking about the malaise and everything else like that, the frustration of millennials, the frustration of Zoomers, right? The anger and angst that so many different kind of Americans have. There are two ways that you usually win a presidential election, right? You make it an argument of old versus new, right? We're the new way, they're the old way, or future versus past, right? I offer you a bright future, they're taking you backwards. Those are the ways that you usually win a presidential election, right? Party, if they brand this right, has done something that we've never seen a party do in modern times, which is listen to the consumer and say, we're willing to take a bold swing, right? If you play this right, all of those Zoomers and millennials who are like, I hate Joe Biden, I don't want to vote for Joe Biden, et cetera, et cetera. You know what they're saying now? They think they got a victory. They think the Democratic Party has listened to them. It may not be true, right? But they think the Democratic Party listened to them. Like I said, I use the example. I was like, it's the person who lives in a condo, and they've been complaining about, like, you need to get the front door fixed. You need to get the front door fixed in the condo. And they've been tweeting about it for weeks. And one day the door is fixed. And they're like, aha, they saw my tweets. They were going to fix that door anyway, right? But if you want to believe that they're responding to your needs, then go for it. And there are lots of young people out there now who are like, hey, I'm glad that the Democratic Party recognized the fact that we were unhappy with Joe Biden. Now, does this guarantee that Vice President Harris is going to win? No, I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, nobody knows.
But can I say for a absolute guaranteed fact that you have more people excited now than were excited 2 weeks ago? That is true. That is objectively true. There were a large number of people within the Democratic base who were absolutely despondent about having to vote for Joe Biden. And maybe those people will be encouraged now to get excited to turn out and vote. I think there is a chance, and this, I can go into the numbers if you'd like me to, but there is a chance that if Harris can turn out young people and Harris can improve amongst women, especially white women, and Harris can turn out. Barack Obama got 65% of all eligible black women to vote for him in 2008. Harris can easily get 68, possibly even 70, right? Joe Biden lost to Trump, I think it was 55 to 44 amongst white women, right? We're in a post-Dobbs world. We got J.D. Vance on the other ticket. If Harris can get 47, 48% of the white female vote, if she can do that, she can actually win this presidential election. It's pretty much just about maintaining Joe Biden's coalition from 2020 and making up for the loss of white voters with black enthusiasm and young women's enthusiasm.
Do you think that the country is that different than it was in 2016? Do you think Roe v. Wade has changed misogyny and sexism in our presidential election? I'm not saying, I'm just curious to know your thoughts on it. Do you think it's, because I think it's fair to be concerned about racism and misogyny. Do you think it's changed that much since 2016?
Yes and no. You still got a ton of racists. You still got a ton of misogynists. You still got people who are like, I don't want to vote for a woman, blah, 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 blah. We get all that, right? But this is what I was saying about making the election about forward versus backward or old versus new, okay? Harris, you know that viral commercial that's been going around, the Harris commercial from 2020, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
And it's
pop
like,
back up.
Trump starts fight, she doesn't lose her cool. Trump is a sexual predator, she puts sexual. Kamala Harris can win if she focuses on competence. I'm good at the job, and we went on policy. If she runs as a combination of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, oh, look, here's my opportunity to make a historic vote, then she will lose, right? But that was Hillary in 2016. Hillary was a 60-something-year-old second-generation white feminist who came of age in the 60s and 70s, right? She thought that would galvanize people. That does not galvanize people now. if Harris recognizes that this is about competence, I actually think that she can win. Here's the other part of it. And I don't think that the electorate has changed. I think the expectations have changed, right? What we're looking at is a world where, one, we have gone through an existential crisis and nobody feels like the country's getting better. Even with jobs coming back, people don't feel like the future is anything worth looking forward to. It seems like more of the same. We're in a world where rights are being taken away, and you have one party that's saying, I'm excited about taking away your rights, and you're going to take it and you're going to like it, right? People aren't just voting for the candidate now. They're voting to protect what little parts of this country they like from fascism.
That's what I said,
and
the
so
executive
I
branch.
yeah,
It's
so
beyond the DODR.
I do think the electorate's expectations are different. I do think the electorate wants something different out of this election than we had with Hillary Clinton. And also, I'll say this. People can argue whether or not Vice President Harris is likable. I don't know. I'm not going to get in that debate. I don't really care, right? But I will tell you this. She doesn't have 30 years of baggage like Hillary Clinton did. I mean, like, objectively, she doesn't have the baggage that Clinton did. Clinton had a long, complicated public history. Harris has, I'm Black and I'm a woman. And people who have a real problem with voting for a Black person or a woman were probably not going to vote Democrat anyway. Again, is it going to be easy? Heck no. But is she have as much a chance, if not better, based on enthusiasm and the reaction of the last 24 to 4 we haven't even hit 24 hours yet? Probably. And I think this is important to take into consideration. You know, you and I are old enough to remember the long drawn out bitter battle between, forget Bernie and Hillary, right? I'm talking about the battle between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, right? Which got vicious, and you have people saying they didn't want to vote one way or another. To everybody who is unhappy with the Democratic Party, and I count myself as one of them. I mean, I've been on this show. I've talked about, like, I thought what they were doing to Joe Biden was terrible, right? Here's the flip side of that. You had to honestly believe that the Democratic Party was capable of putting the genie back in the bottle, right? If you down this guy for 3 weeks in a row, yes, we wish that had never happened. Yes, we wish that the Democrats had rallied around Joe Biden after a bad debate performance, the way Republicans rally around Trump no matter what disgusting thing he does. Yes, we wish that was the case. But after they hadn't, right? What was the option? They pushed this man out. Do you think that had Joe Biden stood there and said, I'm not going, you're going to have to pry this nomination out of my cold dead hands, do you think the party would have been able to put that genie back in the bottle? I don't think so.
Oh, they destroyed it.
Yeah.
I think if after a day or two they would have got on message, it could have been a lot different.